Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Hari Ravichandran, CEO of Aura, the Warburg Pincus Jeffrey Katzenberg-backed unicorn in the cybersecurity space. Hari, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill. Thanks for having me.
You got it. And you have a history as an entrepreneur and have previously taken a company public. Tell us how this is influencing the way you're going with Aura.
Yeah, look, I think the second time around, you figure out all the mistakes you make the first time. Starting a company out of my garage, taking it public, and kind of building it to some scale, kind of figured out all of the important things that would be critical for a second build. And that includes having a diverse board, well-capitalized business, a lot of dogged focus on product, making sure that we're providing a real service to consumers. These are all things that we learned the hard way the first go around. So this time, avoiding many of the mistakes just has accelerated the journey quite a bit more for Aura.
And Hari, you operate in a crowded market. What's different about Aura compared to other cybersecurity companies?
When we look at the landscape, what we're trying to do here at Aura and our mission is to create a safer internet. When we look at the players in the marketplace, a lot of them have been around for a long time. They build software for desktop, and there's just a lot of product fragmentation. So there's basically individual solutions for many different elements of consumer cybersecurity. We're the only company that does an all-in-one security solution for consumers and for families. And further, what we see with a lot of the incumbents in the market is that they are very reactive. Their solutions tend to be very reactive. What we really focus on is a proactive solution that tries to prevent issues from happening rather than simply alert people when negative things happen in their lives.
What's your current take on the consumer cybersecurity landscape? What are some of the emerging issues and themes there?
It's such a very dynamic landscape. I mean, some of these issues have been around for a decade plus, but people are using data and devices much more so now than ever before. And so what's happening is they're creating a lot more data, leaving behind a lot more of their footprint when they're using services online. So there's just a big convergence of people that are using this data to commit financial crimes or crimes against families, et cetera, that we're seeing quite a bit more. One interesting stat last year was the first time where theft from digital oriented products or digital theft, in fact, exceeded physical theft from homes, et cetera. And people still spent $20 billion last year on things like Ring doorbells and security systems, et cetera, and doing very little in terms of protecting the backdoor here, which is making sure that digital threats are kept at bay from family perspective.
President Biden's administration has been focusing on cybersecurity more than previous administrations. A few weeks ago, meeting with some of the bigger tech companies like Microsoft, Google. What's your opinion on those conversations and some of the outcomes?
From a policymaker's perspective, enterprise security is really kind of where they're focused on big enterprises and what is the responsibility of these enterprises in terms of consumer data, et cetera. What we don't see a whole lot of is the consumer's perspective, which is really kind of thinking about it from consumer protection, consumer families, looking towards the enterprise and sort of the policymaker side. And that's a pretty critical area. I just don't believe that you can have one succeed without having the other side of the coin.
Yeah, that's a great point that you bring up in terms of consumer choice, because at the end of the day, we really, we're kind of forced to use these products that require us to share our data, but there really isn't much choice for the consumer. I'm glad you brought that up. What's next for Aura?
From Aura's perspective, over the next several years, we think we can be a great public company. The TAM here is basically limitless. Anybody that's got a device or service that they use online, you need to protect them. So a great opportunity if we build the right products, we have the right level of innovation, the right team in the mix. So from our perspective, we're marching towards a public journey in the next year or two, I would say. And along the way, if we have to raise some additional capital to make sure we're well capitalized and well funded, that's something that's certainly in the cards here as well.
All right, great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.